Hey guys, so today we are going to be doing this look inspired by Lily Rose Depp. I'm super excited to share this one with you. I'm going to take you through step by step and show you how to achieve the same look for your own face. Let's do it. So I've already prepped my skin. I have a tiny bit of the Armani Luminous Silk Foundation on. I just find that this creates a really beautiful skin look. So it's not too matte and it's not too dewy. We're gonna start with contour and concealer. And I'm using the Fenty Matchsticks contour in color Amber and the Dior Forever Skin Correct in the 00 color. So this is very white. With Lily Rose Depp, I feel like she really leans into her features. If you watch my other video, when I contour my cheekbones, I don't use the stick because I want to not create too much weight in the lower part of my face. I want to keep everything lifted up. With Lily, I feel like she creates a lot of downward lines on her face in general. And I'll show you guys that here. I'm going to start with my cheekbone. And if you look at her face, I feel like her contour starts almost at like mid-ear. It really emphasizes her cheek. I feel like the easiest way to find that, like, because it's really like the apples of your cheeks, is to smile. And with her nose, it's still quite flat on the bottom if you look at her profile. And she also has like a line coming up this way. Her upper face is quite wide, but I'm still gonna add some contour up here because otherwise we have no depth to our face. And her chin is very flat in comparison to mine. So let's flatten it out. So I'm gonna take my little kabuki brush, and this is from It Cosmetics, and I'm gonna blend this out. This is so contrary to what I normally do to bring contour like up in here. And I feel like with her, she really doesn't brighten this area. Like, she keeps her natural skin tone, or even like there seems to be shadow there. And obviously her bone structure is very pronounced. I'm going to brighten in a couple of areas. I'm gonna bring this quite low down, and I'm gonna blend this out with my beauty blender because I don't want too much product. So I'm really carving out the cheek shape, and then I'm gonna bring this concealer kind of up and around and tone down this little bit of contour I did here. So this is it for concealer for now. I'm going to do my under eye after. And I like to use this Wake Make palette. It's very cool toned and it's a gradient. So I'm going to start with a darker color, and I'm using my Patrick Ta nose contouring brush. And I'm going to bring this up into that little line. I'm going to take the darker color still and kind of into the mid-tone. And I'm going to place a little bit here because I feel like her lower face is very narrow. And I know this looks a little crazy, but we're going to blend it all. Okay, little kabuki. And I'm putting a little bit more on this kabuki brush, and then I'm going over this like blush. I'm going to do brows, and her brows are very thick and kind of fluffy. So I'm going to use my Brows Up gel, and I just start by brushing my brows forward and making sure that all of the hairs are covered with product. And I take a spoolie. I'm gonna just brush through. Her brows are honestly a little wild. We won't be as particular about getting them perfect. Her brows are also very straight. Then I'm gonna go in with my Benefit Precisely My Brow in color 6. So I'm gonna make my eyebrows a little thicker. And I'm just drawing little hair-like strokes. And then I'm gonna take the end of this pencil and just kind of brush through. So I noticed with her brow that she basically brushes down the top hairs and then up the bottom hairs, and she kind of has this like middle brow line. I don't know. It's very different. This is what I'm saying. Like so. When I'm creating specific shapes or features, I will look in the mirror, do a little bit, and then step back and look at how it's looking from far away. I always want to work with my features. I never want to draw on something that isn't there. I want it to still be my face, just shaped in a different way. So the brow is done. A little bit wild, which is what her brows are like. We're gonna do blush, and I'm gonna mix the Rare Beauty liquid blush with the Armani Luminous Silk blush in this cool pink color. This Rare Beauty blush is very pigmented, so I'm gonna do just one dot, kind of in the middle. Whoops. Okay, we're doing 2 dots. I'm gonna go in with this one. And she definitely keeps her blush lower down. Really emphasizes the fullness of her cheeks. Honestly, like right up in here. I'm gonna bring some up onto my forehead, kind of combining a bunch of looks that I've seen her do. I'm gonna blend this out and I'm gonna use my foundation brush. Take the blush brush again, and just the residual I'm gonna bring up under my eye, just so that we don't have, you know, a line of where the blush sits really low. But definitely the most pigmented area is down here, where we created that contour line. Beauty blender, just redefine this cheek line here. We're gonna do under eye concealer, and then I'm gonna set my face. I'm gonna use the 00, just a tiny, tiny dot in here and a tiny bit here. And I'm keeping it in of my nasolabial fold, so the lines that you get right here, because I feel like she continues her color right up to the sides of her nose, and it just really emphasizes the weight of her cheek. Typically we brighten in there, but to me, it doesn't look like she does that. I'm gonna use my Victoria Beckham under eye concealer as well. So I'm gonna bring that just here and here. Concealer brush. It's gonna pick up less product. Blush brush, mixing the blush that we have there with that bit of brightening concealer. The bridge of her nose is very sharp, so I'm gonna brighten along the sides of my nose into an L shape. Gonna brighten the darkest areas of my under eye. Gently dab my damp beauty blender, blend everything together. I feel like it needs to be toned down even more. So I'm gonna take my Dior Backstage blush and just go up under my eye. And I'm gonna use my IT Cosmetics foundation brush, bring this up here and blend. We're gonna set. So I use the Chanel setting powder and I have the white color. This might be a bit bright for her look, but it's what I have and it's fine. I'm gonna use my little brush here. I've covered it evenly in the setting powder and I'm just gonna go in lightly and press it into my under eye. I don't want too much because she really doesn't, I just feel like she doesn't brighten that much. In between the brows and onto the front of the brows, lift them up. And down here. So I'm brushing away that powder. And I'm gonna spray my face. I'm gonna use the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Setting Spray. I'm gonna contour my nose a little bit more. The bridge of her nose is really narrow. Let's do eyeshadow. Do this really cool look. It is a really cool look, but also cool toned eyeshadow look. And I have this Victoria Beckham palette. You can use any palette you have. So I'm gonna start with this white color. I'm gonna go all over my lid. I feel like she also really emphasizes her crease. Her eye is really deep set. I go in with this gray, this mid gray color, And I'm gonna go into my crease and all over my lid, below the crease. And then I'm gonna take my little blendy brush and I'm gonna blend that out. The tiniest bit of this taupe brown on my diffusing brush, and I'm just gonna darken this. Okay, we are going to tightline. I'm using my Victoria Beckham Satin Kajal liner, bringing that down into the very front of my eye. And she really emphasizes the roundness of that front corner. This part right here is a little thicker, really bringing the eyeliner all the way down to the outer edge of my eye and then going straight out. I'm using the little brush to just clean this up and just keeping referencing the photo to find the right shape. Taking my tiny Sigma brush, we're gonna smoke out the under eye. I'm gonna use a bit of this gray color and a little bit of this brown color. So my lighting is a little unequal, so we're getting more shadowing on this side. That's why it looks different. I'm bringing that little smoke out up right into the inner corner. Now we're gonna do mascara. And I'm curling my lashes. She doesn't really have crazy long lashes, but I'm gonna do my same lash combo. I always use the L'Oreal primer. And then I use the Jones Road Pitch Black mascara, but you can use whatever black mascara you have. And I'm gonna just keep this in a regular fan of lashes. So when I did the Monica Bellucci video, I really swept them out to the side. But for Lily, I feel like she just keeps them in their natural shape. And a little on the bottom. I'm gonna take this spoolie and just run through my lashes to really separate them. My lashes are much longer than hers, but this is a good problem to have. We're gonna do lips. With Lily Rose, her lips are very similar in size, top lip and bottom lip, and she really focuses on this downward shape. She very often has a brown lip liner with a paler pink center. So let's contour our lips. I'm just gonna go along the top here and the bottom. And then I'm gonna use a brow pencil, Revlon Color Stay Brow Fantasy in Ash Blonde, this color. Hers is quite round, so I'm gonna round it out a little. My little brush for cleaning up, and I'm gonna really focus this downward in like an upside down, like a sad face, basically. And then this lip, I'm gonna keep really tight to my natural lip. And I'm gonna fill in my lip. And to me, it almost looks like they carry this line down a little lower. So that's the lip. Sad look. For lip gloss, I'm just gonna use the Lorac lip gloss again. It lightens, and I feel like that works really well for this. And she tends to be matte, but I don't want to be matte. I like to be glossy and moisturized. We're gonna do highlighter. I'm gonna use the Fenty Beauty Metal Moon highlighter. It's white, like this. And I'm gonna use my high cheekbone highlighter brush, and it has a little pink on it, but it should be fine. She highlights here, almost like mid-cheek. We're gonna go into the inner corner of the eye, right here. Do tip of the nose, here, and here. I'm gonna take out my hair. This is the final look. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I think this is super fun. I think that we got a really good result. You guys can play around with this look. I want to know what you think. I want to know if you try it out. Please, please, please like, comment, subscribe. It really helps me. Until next time.